Deep down, I believe that every single person knows exactly what they want to do, what they're passionate about, what excites them, what they're interested in. It's just society and life situations and opinions and perceptions and your parents. A lot of things pull you away from the voice inside your own head because you're constantly listening to the voice of the world. If you're feeling lost in life, just know that you're not alone, as much as it might feel that way sometimes. And almost every other person feels the same in some way, shape, or form. A lot of times when you're feeling depressed in life, it's because you're lost and you don't know what to do. You end up living internally instead of externally, and you're kind of just in your head all the time. That's why you get anxiety, that's why you get depressed, because you're constantly thinking existentially about everything. You're either anxious about the future or you're depressed about the past. And when you don't know what you're doing or where you're going and you're kind of stagnant in life, this is where the depression really gets to you. And oftentimes this coincides with actually being alone and feeling alone. And when you're alone, you start living in your head as opposed to in the real world. And if you're not careful, this can bring you down a path of sadness and darkness. It's kind of ironic me saying this because I'd say I spend a majority of my time by myself. But rather than sitting in my own thoughts, I'm always working towards goals, and that's really the answer, is that you have to constantly be moving and working towards a goal or multiple goals. When you stop and let yourself sit, that's where the depression, anxiety, and loneliness crawls back in your life. You kind of start to feel like you're losing more and more control over your life. And eventually you get to a point where you feel like the days are passing by you. You say that tomorrow's gonna be different and you're gonna do X, Y, Z, but it turns out to be exactly the same. And then days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and then sooner or later, years gone by, and then you think to yourself, where has all the time went? And then the more time that passes by, the more lost you feel in life. And you want to take control back over your life, but for some reason you feel like you just can't. It's kind of like this slow death of quiet desperation and loneliness that a lot of people go through in life. There was definitely a time where I felt like I was lost and confused and depressed, and every day felt like the same. It felt like life was passing by me and I didn't know what to do. It was actually my final quarter of freshman year in college, and I would definitely say I was in this lost, depressed state more than I ever been. And all I wanted to do was finish the quarter, go home to hang out and see my friends in a familiar setting, because it was comfortable. And the reason why I felt this way is because for the very first time it dawned on me that I didn't know what I was gonna do in life. For the longest time I was just going through school, going through the motions, just winging it, just cheating my way through 40-50% of my classes, hoping that the answer would just come to me as I followed the path of the education system. And I thought that going to college was where I was going to be able to figure everything out. Like, I was almost finished with my first year of college. I was a business econ major, by the way, probably the most generic major you can choose when you're 18 and you have no idea what you're going to do. But yeah, when I got to college, I made sure to go outside my comfort zone. I joined 3 different clubs. I joined a fellowship club, I played intramural basketball, I joined a gaming club, all things that I did and enjoyed back at home with my friends. I went to all my classes, I had a social life, I was trying to network. Bro, I hate that word so much. And I felt like I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing in college. But that feeling that I had throughout life of nothing really making sense and feeling like most things in the education system was a waste of time and answers to my future, I had nothing. It's been almost a year of being in college and I had no answers. Like, damn, have I just been wasting my time? But I've been like living a normal college life. And I had this moment during lecture where it all kind of hit me and I was realizing everything, and I'll never forget it. I was in a business class learning about the gold standard and the Bretton Woods system, and I wasn't even paying attention. It was like things kind of slowed down. The professor's voice over the PA system kind of became muffled in a lecture hall with 400 students, and I began spacing out. I mean, I kind of always spaced out in my classes growing up, but this was like the existential, what am I doing? What am I actually building towards? What am I going to do? Like, I know this is all bullshit. Like, I'm learning all these things I know aren't going to apply, and he's talking about the material that's going to be on the finals and I'm going to spend all weekend studying for. After this class, I'm going to go buy some Red Bulls and do an all-nighter just to pass with a B. Like, I know how this goes. It's the same song and dance over and over again. And a year's gonna go by and none of this material will ever be remembered or ever brought up in my life again. Like, you're out here learning calculus and you'll never factor a derivative in your life. Like, it's been almost an entire year and this is gonna be the next 3 years. I'm gonna get this degree and then what? What am I going to do afterwards? And I never really thought about it hard until this point. Like, am I just wasting time? Like, what am I even gonna do? Like, be a bank teller? Work in accounting? Finance? Nothing about me is financial. Like, what am I gonna do? Wear a suit to work every day? And I actually imagined myself doing that and I was like, I'm not that guy. Like, reality and the future was hitting me all at once. And I know I was only 19 at the time, but even still, it's better to have that moment sooner than later. And a lot of people have this moment. Some people have it early on, some people later. I'm sure you've had this moment. And normally two things happen. The first thing is you realize it's only ever gonna be you. Whatever change you want in life, whatever you want in life, whatever you want out of life, you gotta be the one to make that drastic change. Or the second part, which most people fall in this category, you end up chasing pleasures to distract yourself from that reality. Remember, idle time is the devil's favorite playground. Like, that's a saying for a reason. Anytime you start chasing hedonism, alcohol, sex, drugs, parties, it's because you feel lost in life and you're looking for an escape, even if it's temporary. That's why so many people look forward to the weekend, so many college students, because it's a temporary escape that you can look forward to every single week. It's set up this way in society on purpose. Nonsense entertainment, sports, celebrity awards on the weekend, and back to work on the weekdays. They feed you just enough distractions to not hate your life entirely to get by. You dread the weekdays and you dread Mondays and you can't wait till Fridays. Rinse and repeat. And if you can fill that weekend that you look forward to with drugs, alcohol, meaningless sex, even better, because now you have substances that can alter your mind and quite literally escape your thoughts and reality. And you can see how dangerous that starts to become. But you can only lie to yourself for so long, and you have to confront reality at some point. And this point of confronting reality, it breaks a lot of people mentally. And what helped me was really sitting down and thinking and naming the top 3 things that I want to focus on that are going to help me move forward in life. For some people that's a career, finding a job, for some it's school, for some it's love, for some it's family, for some it's working out, or maybe a hobby and a passion that they're trying to turn into a career. Some is religion or spirituality, a side hustle, whatever, right? It's really just dependent on where you are in life. You gotta make a list of everything that's important to you, and then pick the top 3 things and rank them in terms of priority. And then from that point on, everything that you do and the time you allocate should be dedicated accordingly. Listen, I'm no expert, I'm no guru, I'm not a life teacher, whatever it is. This is just what helped me when I was lost, because it gave me direction and clarity. And having direction and clarity keeps you happy, fulfilled, and it keeps you from being depressed, because you're working towards those things every single day. And you're not spending so much time sitting in your thoughts and living internally and getting depressed. Or you don't give any room for Satan to enter your life. Like, don't have any idle time. And when you do have idle time, when you're not working towards any of those goals, make sure you're resting and recovering to reset, not to escape. And you really only have true direction and clarity in life when you do what you want to do in life. When you go after what you want, not what your parents want, not what you think is gonna impress your friends on social media, not what you're comparing your siblings or family members to, or what you can brag about at family reunions. You have to do what you want to do. And someone out there is gonna be like, oh, what if I just want to do nothing and play video games? There's not a single person on earth who would be happy doing nothing in life. People that think the idea of success is becoming rich and traveling all year long and just chilling on some beach, they're dumb. You will get bored in less than a week, and you'll get depressed seeing your friends work and accomplish things, have families, etc. You have to do what you love, or at least do what you like, because what you do is going to be the majority of your life. And this is just my perspective, but that switch in life that happens, that feeling of making it, is when you're no longer depressed or anxious about the future. Rather, thinking about the future makes you genuinely excited. Like, bro, that is one of the best feelings, I'm not gonna lie. And you get to that point by having a clear direction and path in life. Like, that's the key, that's making it right there. And try not to get too high on the highs or never get too low on the lows, because life is ebbs and flows, right? No matter how good or how bad things get, it will always regress back to the mean. Oh yeah, and also, start every day with gratitude. I know it's corny, no one really wants to hear it, but it genuinely helps by changing your perspective. Like, damn, okay, I'm not where I want to be in life, I might be feeling lost, but I'm healthy, everything's good, no serious injuries, my family, my loved ones, they're good, and I have people that love me or care about me. You know, or the sun is shining, I get to eat this food, I get to drink this water, I get to work out today, or I have beautiful kids, I get to talk to my friends or cousins or whatever. Find the things you have in life and be thankful for them. Again, no one wants to hear this, but it genuinely helps. And also try to smile and be positive, because positivity and warmth is infectious, just like negativity and depressive states are infectious. So maybe next time you wake up and you feel like life sucks, go outside for a run, and when you see someone walk or pass by you, or the clerk at the grocery store, just smile and say, I hope your day's going well, or I hope you have a blessed day. Because not only do you make someone else feel better, because it goes a long way, just being kind, but it also makes you feel better. And then because you did that, that person might share that smile and ask someone else how their day's going. You know, a little bit of positivity can go a long way. So yeah, maybe be someone else's reason to smile. Practice being grateful at the start of your day, because it genuinely makes you feel better. And I know slowly but surely you'll find your way. Anyways, I think I'll leave this one at that. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for listening. Make sure you stay true, and I'll talk to you real soon. Peace.